What up, everyone? It's that time of the month, the end of the month, where we review all of our boxes in one giant review. So, I'm going to try and keep this video short and sweet as I can keep it, because obviously it's still going to be a very long video, but I'm going to try and keep it on the shorter end and do a lot less talking. That's because my ideal situation for this month is to catch up with the month of September. These are all the boxes of August. I want to get through this month's review and then get to September, because ideally I'd like to do reviews when boxes show up. I'm constantly a month behind and it's annoying, and I think I would really appreciate it if I could do it right when I get the boxes, and I think other people would too, so I'm not constantly doing old reviews. So that's what I'd like to do. But for all you people tuning in for the first time, which I'm sure many of you are, hi, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. So, this channel, what's it all about? This is about helping you, the viewer, find the best monthly subscription box for you. I take all the boxes that I've gotten for, depending on what month it is, this is the month of August 2015, I put them side by side and I put them head to head. So you can see which boxes are a little bit better and which ones to possibly avoid. Or maybe just which box fits you the best. So I go through them and we talk about, I'll do a brief description of them and talk about what place they got. So to help you decide, because honestly there are just too many of them. And I think most people can't afford more than like 1 or 2 boxes. So that's what I'm here to do. So just keep in mind that this is just for helpful purposes. You don't have to ever feel the need to agree with any of my opinions. You can feel free to disagree with me and we can discuss things, but I'm just trying to help you to go in the right direction of where you might want to be. But keep in mind, I'm not really anything special. I don't have some amazing knowledge about it. I'm just a regular guy, just like you guys, and I'm just trying to help out. So if it is, cool. If not, no worries. Things to note, this is going to be a long video. All my videos are super long. I talk a lot. These are in-depth reviews. We analyze things to their core to really see what makes these boxes tick and see what makes them good or bad or whatever. Something to keep in mind is that I get very analytical and critical when I do my reviews, but nothing is to be taken negatively. I'm not saying anything bad about any of these boxes or companies, so a lot of people have interpreted it that way. It's not meant to be that way at all. I'm being analytical because it's a review. I'm not complaining about any of these things at all, so that's not what I'm doing. Other than that, I'll give some notes here and there throughout the boxes, but I think that's enough talking already. So let's just start with the countdown. We have, I think, 12 boxes this month, so not our biggest month, but not our smallest either. I haven't been trying out too many new companies lately, so these boxes here are going to be like the best of the best that I've seen, because I've kind of weeded out some of the bad boxes, and in the future, hopefully when I catch up, I'll be able to try out some new boxes. So that's what I hope to do. So let's start off with number 12. Stormtrooper Goblet. How badass is that? You like that? Yeah, that's right. That's how we roll on this channel. Anyway, number 12 was Betoyo Bento. I'll be showing pictures of each box, everything that's inside the box. I'm not going to take the items out because, again, that'll just make this video too long if I go through each item again. So if you're interested in any specific items, if you see something in the picture, know that my channel has an individual review for each box. So if you're interested in specific items, refer back to those specific videos. But the reason this one got lower on the countdown, not that this is a bad box at all. This is an anime style box. If you're interested in that, it's always worth a try. The problem is it's very expensive. It's a $40 box, which is pretty high, and you typically only get right around $40 worth of value. Now, for mystery boxes, you want more than you pay for because chances are you might not like stuff. But the Japanese ones and the foreign boxes are usually pretty okay with getting what you paid for because you get a lot of variety. You get things that you've never seen before, so it's always cool to get that. But this one, it was just okay. It had some good stuff. It had a clock, and it had some little figures and stuff like that, which was mostly filler, which was fine, but it just wasn't anything super amazing, and it just is very, $40 is a lot to pay each month. So Betoyo Bento, this was their last month with me. They had a good run, but I just am not familiar with anime enough to keep it around. But so it only got like a 5 out of 10 because it was okay. You got your money's worth, but nothing was super amazing or spectacular. And a lot of the stuff that you got in the box is very easy to find online. So nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It just didn't hold up to the rest of the boxes of this month. But overall, the month of August was a really great month. This is one of the best months for boxes I've seen around. Everything got a very high score. If anyone's stuck around with my channel and seen my monthly reviews, you'll know that we've had some bad boxes, like really bad ones with low scores. And this month, most of the boxes got like a 7 or higher, which is pretty rare. That's a really good score. And most of them got that. So this month specifically was a fantastic month. So it's even though these are good boxes, that the other ones of the month just did so much better. So that's the only reason why I got lower on the countdown. So, yeah, moving on. Let's go to number 11. Geek Me Box. I just did the review on this one, and again, this one was fine. Nothing wrong with it. You did get your money's worth, plus a little more than that. The shirt was horribly awkward. It was obviously the worst shirt of the month. Probably one of the worst shirts that we've ever gotten in general. Like, it was really forced, like, crossover. It didn't look good. The quality was bad, so it's rough. But the funny thing is, it's almost like so horrible that it's kind of awesome. It's almost like this beautiful mess of just like, it's so uncomfortably awkward that it's kind of funny in just like an ironic sort of way. So I may end up actually wearing the shirt anyway, because it's crazy how bad it was. But anyway, the rest of the stuff in there, nothing particularly hard to find. It was good stuff, but pretty common stuff, and you didn't get very high on the value. And again, Geek Me Box, this is the last month I'll be getting that too. So it's no surprise these are lower on the countdown. I decided to stop these before I even lined up this countdown because, for obvious reasons, just that these boxes were always just okay. To pay $30 and $40 a month and just to be like okay all the time, it's like, well, nothing wrong with that, but there's just so many better options out there, and I think I need to try out some new companies. So the lower ones in the countdown are going to get traded out for something else, which I think is totally reasonable. But anyway, that was Geek Me Box, and it's always just been okay. Like every month it's come by, it's always good stuff, but just okay. You get somewhat higher than you paid for, and that's fine. It's worth a try if you're interested in it, but I wouldn't like go super out of my way for it. All right, moving right along, making good time. Number 10, Power Up Box. So this company has been like dipping down a little bit. They've been on the decline, which kind of sucks because they were doing really great for a while. They kept getting better and better. Something to note about this is one of the more expensive boxes. This box also cost $40 a month, which is a lot. But they usually pack in a ton of stuff, and it usually comes in a bigger box. But this month and September both came in smaller boxes. They both had a lot less items, and the value was a lot lower. They offer two kinds of boxes, a deluxe and a premium. The deluxe is like $30 and the premium is $40, which I get and I think everyone gets. But it kind of seems like they're giving the deluxe version these past 2 months because the value's been so low and there hasn't been that many items. I can't find any reviews of the deluxe one to compare, but I kind of want to buy the deluxe and the premium, even though it'll have the same stuff, just to see, because I feel like something's up here. Like they're not giving all that they should. But anyway, the value on this one was very low, and again, like the lower end boxes, it was good stuff. There was nothing wrong with it. It wasn't bad choices or anything. It just wasn't, it was very common stuff. We got like a pop figure, we got a shirt and some candy collectibles, so it's all fine. Like I don't think anyone will be disappointed with it, but it just wasn't fantastic either. Now this one's on the wire right now. They were doing good for a while by putting a bunch of stuff in there and some interesting things too, but this month and September were just like very low on the value, very little items, and I've had a lot of trouble with this company trying to order boxes, so I think I'm going to give them one more month. We'll see what they do for October. If they don't do something awesome, then I'm not going to keep them around, because $40 a month is just too much. That's too much to pay every month to just skate by. If I'm giving that much every month, you got to like kind of wow me a little bit, like many of these other boxes do. So, and again, like I can't say it enough, it's not that they're bad, but there's just better out there. And thus is the point of this channel, to help you find the best. Not to like criticize bad boxes or anything, but just there's always going to be better out there. So number 10 was Power Up Box. I really hope it makes a turnaround because I kind of started to like this one. I like bigger boxes with a lot of items. It's always more fun when you get more stuff. But if they're going to give me less now for more money, then there's no reason to keep it around. So anyway, Power Up Box was number 10. Number 9 was Loot Crate. Now this usually is very high on the countdown, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, it's not that this is doing any worse, it's just other boxes did really great this month. This was just a really great month for boxes in general. So even though this is lower on the countdown, this is not a bad box at all. Loot Crate is a great company, and they always give really good product. This one particularly wasn't my favorite, and wasn't a favorite for others. We got an apron, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. It was from Breaking Bad, so lots of people are a fan of the show. Whether you'd use the apron or not is up to you. Like, I think a lot of people wouldn't. I think many people would have preferred a t-shirt. Not that the apron's bad, I just think a t-shirt would have appealed to more people. And you got a mug, which is cool and interesting, but the quality on it wasn't like super. And we didn't get a lot of items. I think we only got four items in here. You still got really good value though, and they always give tremendous value. I have been having some issues with this company though. Their whole referral program. I've mentioned like 1-Up Box, Super Geek Box, and I think now Power Up Box is doing the same thing. If you refer 4 people, you get a free box. Technically, Loot Crate has the same one, but I cannot get it to work. I've been in contact with customer service for about a month now, saying like, hey, I've been reviewing this box for almost a year, and I've referred dozens of people over this past year, but I haven't seen a dime. Like, what's going on here? And they said I have like 30 credits on retainer that just haven't been credited to my account. So I keep getting charged when I technically should be getting free boxes at this point because I've referred so many people. But something's wrong with their system, and from what I've heard from other people, they're having the same problem. They claim to have a referral program, but it just hasn't worked for anyone. So I hope they get that figured out, because they're making a promise of something, they got to follow through on it. And I hope that it's figured out and it's not some kind of weird scam or something, which I don't think it is, but I hope that gets worked out, because I've been talking back and forth with them, so seriously, like a month, and they just keep saying like, we're looking into it, we're looking into it, we're looking into it. It's like, okay, at a certain point, just give me the credit. But that's a whole different story. I'll talk about that more when I review September's Loot Crate. But anyway, this was number 9. Number 9, Loot Crate. Again, great box. I don't think anyone would be disappointed with it. It's only $20 for the box. I think it's definitely worth a try. I think anyone would be happy with it. This wasn't their best month, but they had a lot of boxes to compete with. So it's usually always in the top 4 or something like that, because it is a really good company. Alright, number 8, Arcade Block. So same story with Loot Crate. Usually this is much higher, but it was just a tough month to compete. Everyone did so great. You got good stuff in here. I like that the Nerd Block company always gives some like different items. I like the plush figure that they added in there, but that was mostly my favorite part. The t-shirt was good. I liked it. It was nice quality. You got a magazine in there, which is fine. I think it's a good magazine. And then the other stuff was just okay. But I really liked the plush. I thought they always give like at least one item that's like a little bit different and something like interesting that you've never seen before, which I like. I like that they keep it interesting even though they do so much. So I really like the Mortal Kombat plush figure, but that was mostly the selling point for this box. So nothing super impressive, but still good. You got your money's worth, and I don't think anyone would have been disappointed with this box. So I'd recommend this company as well. I think it's a great one to go with if you're into like video games, that is, because obviously Arcade Block is geared towards gamers and things of that variety. So again, this is the point of this is to maybe just help you steer your general interest into something you might like. So Arcade Block, number 8, way to go. Number 7, Nerd Block Classic. Now these two boxes are always like neck and neck places in the countdown. They're usually always right next to each other, like without fail. And they have a pretty like common thing. You know exactly what to expect from them. You're going to pay $30 for their boxes, and you're always going to get around $50 in value, which is great. Like, that's pretty close to double your value, which is a good value. And like I said, same thing as before, they always give like one interesting thing. that you usually don't see. And they have a lot of partnerships with companies. They have a partnership with Titans, which is a really great like vinyl figure company. You got a cool like plush Slimer in this one from a company. Oh man, I can't remember the name of it. Shit. If I think of it, I'll try and put it in the description. But anyway, this company that made Slimer, I looked up some of the prices of their other stuff, and it's crazy expensive because they're all handmade. They hand stitch them and hand make them, which is really amazing. So I didn't actually know that when I did the original review, but I found that out and I thought that's really cool because I really liked it. This month was heavy on the Ghostbusters stuff, but which is fine. Like I don't mind Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters, but I thought it was weird that they like went so heavy on it when it wasn't that theme. But that was just me, so if you happen to not be a fan of Ghostbusters, it kind of sucked for you. But other than that, it was really great. I really liked the t-shirt. The t-shirt had a fantastic design. I think that was one of the best Nerd Block t-shirts I've gotten, so I thought that was very cool. Again, I don't think anyone would be disappointed ordering from this company. They just announced their new block, which is a sci-fi block, which I think I'm going to try it out. I was hoping for something like that. I was hoping they were going to do like a superhero block maybe or something like that. But you know, that's pretty close to it. A sci-fi block is pretty close. You're going to see obviously a lot of superhero, but also a lot of like TV show stuff. So sci-fi I think could be really good. I'm excited to see what they do with that. And yeah, so I think I'll try it out. That'll be showing up in November, so why not? I think this is a great company, and I think you couldn't go wrong with them. I don't subscribe to Horror Block, but if anyone's into horror, I think that box would be just as good. You'll pay $30 and get $50 worth of value. I think it's worth it if you like horror. So, number 7, Nerd Block Classic. Talking too much? Need my drink. Alrighty. Number 6, 1UP Box. So I gotta say, I'm really happy that this company is making a turnaround because when I first got them, they were like the best box. They were so awesome. And then they just kind of started going downhill slowly for months. But I kept them around just because they were so cheap. I got grandfathered into the original price, so I only have to pay $15 for it. And they have such a great referral program. Every person you refer, you get $5 off. So if I referred one person, then my box was only $10. And that's for everyone. Anyone can do that referral program, and it's really great. So that's why it stayed around so long, even when it wasn't that good, because it was just so dirt cheap. I figured, why not? And this month was really great. They had a ton of good stuff in here. I thought the shirt was really nice in quality for once, because they've been notorious for some really bad shirts, like bad crossovers, like ugly designs, just really bad ones in the past. I'm not even going to talk about it, but you know what I'm talking about. Batman Mario, like really. So they were notorious for that, but this month they really made a turnaround. The shirt was like nice quality. The design was cool. Like everything about it was great, and you got like a nice Dorbs figure and some other like cool collectible stuff. They really did a great job. So I hope it's not just a fluke. I hope they continue with this momentum, because they have Super Geek Box to compete with. They're like their direct competitor. They're almost identical. So they got to keep stepping it up, or else they're going to get left behind and everyone's going to go with Super Geek Box. So I'm really happy that this box made a turnaround, and this definitely deserves that spot. Something to note, I don't know if anyone else had this problem. My Dorbs figure, I got him right here. Took that spot. I really like those figures, by the way, but mine came like beat to shit. And I think this is a problem with Funko. They just treat so many of their products like shit, man. Like the Funko Pops, going back as long as I can remember, they've always been really crappy in quality. They have some nice ones, like their exclusive ones. They'll make really nice and clean and take the effort on it. But some of the common ones, the paint job is always super shitty, like always. Every time I go to like the comic store and I find one that I'm picking out, I gotta like go through a pile of them to find one that like has a decent paint job. And this one was the same thing. There was like scuff marks on it and like scratches on it. I'm like, how does that happen? It's almost like it was a used toy that someone like played with on the ground and then put it back in the box. So I don't know if anyone else had that problem. You guys can let me know in the comments, but a lot of Funko products, I'm seeing that. They just treat their products like shit. They just don't put in time and effort because they're just making crazy, crazy amounts of money, and they're just like money hungry, so they don't want to put the extra couple dimes into putting like a nice paint job on there. But people are still buying it, so they're like, well, Why not? So they do have nice quality stuff, but there's stuff like that are common that just they treat like crap. So I hope they change something about that. But that has nothing to do with the box. That's not their fault. I just wanted to mention that because I want to discuss that with someone. But anyway, 1UP box number 6. Moving on to number 5. That was Geek Fuel. So this box has been up and down. They've had some interesting stuff. This is definitely for gamers. Something to note about this box, you're always going to get a Steam game code. So if anyone's a Steam gamer, I would totally go for this. You can try out the games. Me personally, I usually don't have time to play them, and I'm not a Steam gamer. But the good news about it is, even without the codes, this is still a really great box. They've stopped making the code like their main thing or take up too much value. So even without the value of the codes, it still gives you like pretty decent value. And this box is like $23 or $24, so it's on the cheaper side. Not super cheap, but cheaper. And they give pretty nice stuff. The shirt this month was very nice. I love the Deadpool design. I thought it was very fantastic. Came with a very nice book and a little figure, so it was a good mix of stuff. You didn't get a ton of items, but you got great value and you got great quality. Even if you don't use the game code, everything else in here was still really nice. And that's why I've kept it around, because for those specific reasons. Like, normally I would just hate the game code, but I don't use them and I still like everything in the box and I still get good value. This is higher on the countdown than it's ever been before, so this one specifically was good, and then we'll see next month again if it goes back down or it stays up or whatever. The good news is, like, this company seems like a company that genuinely cares. You can see the effort put in at different times throughout the boxes, like little tweaks here and there where they put in effort, which I really appreciate. And that's one of the reasons why it stayed around. It seems like a really good company, and I hope they keep progressing and keep growing. So, yeah, I like this box. I thought it was very good. Alright, moving right along. It's going to be the shortest video ever. Number 4, Comic-Con box. So again, this is another one of these really expensive boxes, a $40 box, which is becoming more common. But that's still a lot of money. 40 is a lot to spend in a month. But this one was really good. You got a lot of stuff, so that's what I would expect. A big box of this size, crammed full of stuff for $40. Like, you've got to put a lot in there to make it worth it. And they did. They put a ton of stuff in there. And I really liked the t-shirt. I thought it was very nice in quality. And also, I really liked the Billy Martin print. So I'm still pissed off, and so is everyone, that they're putting their logo on their art prints, but only their Rob Pryor ones. So they're still putting their logo on it, which I hate, and they really, really need to stop doing that. But that just ruins the print. But luckily, they put additional prints in there that aren't stamped with the logo. The Billy Martin print did not have a logo, but it was really nice. They did a really good job on. He did a good job on it, and it was a good choice to put in there. I enjoyed it, and they put it in a nice protector so it didn't get damaged. So it was things like that that put a lot of thought into it, which I really appreciate, and other people do too. I really wish I had gotten a signed one, because I heard that some people did get a signed one. And that's what I said in my review. I hope they do that. I'm bummed I didn't get a signed one. If anyone has one, I'll buy it off you, because I really want one. But it's cool that they did that. That a few boxes got like a special signed one, and also every once in a while boxes get a special item. Some people got an Xbox One controller in their box, so you get like extra incentives and stuff like that here. So I think it's pretty good. This company had a rough start. Their first like 2 or 3 months was not so hot, but it's getting better now. I really like this box and everything it had into it. It had a good mix, a good variety of like toys and collectibles and like clothing and artwork, so a good eclectic sense of like all things nerdy. And I really like that, and I appreciate it. So hopefully more months to come are as good as this, but we'll see. This is one of those ones that walks a fine line, because at $40 you gotta pay off every time. That's just too much money to lose momentum there. So hopefully the momentum continues in the future. But for this one, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and you got almost double your value on a $40 box, which is like unheard of. But I thought they did a very good job, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Anyway, that was our number 4 Comic-Con box. Alright, moving on. We're making excellent time. We are now in the top 3. So, like I mentioned before, try not to get too caught up in exact positions of boxes, because I'm sure a lot of you out there are thinking like, well, this box should have been number 4 and this one should have been number 5 and things like that. Don't worry about that too much. My words are not something to live and die by. I'm not some all-knowing, all-powerful being of box judgment here. I'm just trying to help out using my best judgment, using the judgment of the viewers. I'm trying to rate these boxes in a scale that I think the viewers would be able to gain, be able to get help from. So don't get too caught up on specifics. This is just a general low, mid, high tier. And now we are at the top of the tier, the top 3. Let's take a look at what we got. Number 3, Super Geek Box. This box has been great. They just started up. They've only had a few months, but they've been pretty awesome. That's why 1UP Box is trying to like step their game up now, because they got a lot to compete with. This box has been doing really great. It's really cheap. Depending on where you live, what your state tax is, depends on how much the box is, but you're going to pay somewhere between $18 and $20, which is pretty cheap. And considering they give like really nice quality, it's a really good box. It's totally worth the money. I think most people would like it. And they have that great referral program. For every person you refer, you get $5 off, making this box even cheaper than that. So it's really fantastic. And their t-shirt designs are great. I love the t-shirt design this month, as I did last month and the month before. They really do some awesome t-shirt designs. They're setting the bar on like good t-shirts, and they pick good quality and they have good design. And then the other stuff in here is also nice too. It's on the borderline of like main items and filler, but it's always like pretty good stuff. Like you'll get sometimes a pop figure or a Dorbs or this like plush figure, and then it's like a keychain or something like that. So the items in here aren't super big or super high quality, but it's not to be expected from a cheaper box. And this one almost always gives you around double the value, and they pick good quality stuff. So I really like this company. I'm always excited to see it every month. I think it's a really great box, and I think most people would like it. So I highly recommend trying out Super Geek Box. I think it's a great box. And yeah, not much more to say about it. I loved it. Number 2 was a new box that we hadn't gotten before. This is My Box from Japan. Now this company actually approached me because I had done some reviews of anime boxes, some I wasn't too happy with, so they came to me and said, hey, try out our company, we do a great job. Now I was skeptical at first, but they really did a great job. I really liked it. So if anyone out there has a specific taste for anime, then I'd definitely try this out. So like I said, I try to review boxes for everyone if they appeal to everyone. Obviously an anime box doesn't appeal to everyone, but you wouldn't be ordering it if you weren't into anime. So this is for those anime fans. I think they would really like this. You got pretty much double your value, or not double your value, you got really close to to double your value on a $40 box, and you got such great variety. I got all stuff I'd never seen before, got some good quality figures, some rare stuff that's hard to find. You also got a nice big statue, which is like, you don't see that often either. It's usually always small items. You got a nice quality big statue from Attack on Titan, which I thought was really great. So you got a good mix of high, big and small things, quality. You also got some food to try out from Japan. So I think it was totally worth it. I don't think I'm going to keep getting this box because, like I said, this is another $40 box, and there's with like 4 $40 boxes, like that's too much. And I love anime, I just don't keep up with it that much, so there's a lot of stuff in here where I don't recognize the franchise and things like that. So I'm not going to continue with it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't. I highly recommend this box to anime fans. Just because I don't get some of the anime doesn't make it a bad box. That's not their fault. So if you're into anime, definitely try it out. I think this is probably the only review I'll do of it, but it was a great box and I was very happy to get it. So I'm happy that company did contact me because it was totally worth it. I thought they did a fantastic job and they deserved the number 2 spot. So it was good to try them out for a month and I liked it. So we'll see if any anime boxes come in the future. Probably not, because I've just noticed the same thing. I don't know enough about anime to appreciate most of the items, so I probably won't keep doing anime boxes in general. So this will be the last we see of Betoyo Bento and My Box from Japan. But they were good though. I liked having them around while they were here. Awesome. Time for the number 1 spot. And that goes to, no surprise, Marvel Collector Corps. Now, This box, before, usually like blew other boxes out of the water, was #1 by far. This month, not so much. It did take the #1 spot, but not by much. Like, it was a close call. Like, this almost didn't get the #1 spot because, you know, the value on it wasn't nearly as high as the boxes before. The market for this was a little bit more narrow because they kind of focused on some of the lesser known characters. Still cool characters, nothing wrong with them, but they weren't appealing to the broad audience as much. And they're definitely pushing the whole Funko Pop thing a bit much in this box, and they're pushing the Lady Thor, I think, a bit too much too. So nothing wrong with any of those. Funko's cool, Lady Thor's awesome, but it was just too much. It was too forced in one direction, and I think they narrowed the market to their broad appeal. And again, because of that, the resale market on these isn't as high, bringing the value of the box down low. So a lot of things came into play here, which this definitely wasn't their best box. Wasn't bad by any means, but definitely wasn't their best. Could not hold a candle to like their first box and things like that. But it still got the #1 spot though, even considering all that, so can't hate on it too much. The only problem with this box now is the whole resale market on anything coming in this box now is going to go down a ton. Because these are all, everything in here is 100% exclusive, but that word is very loosely used these days. It's exclusive to this box, which makes you think of, oh, exclusive, rare, but that's kind of the opposite now. So many people are getting this box now that it may be exclusive to the box, but now everyone has it. There's a couple thousand people, if not like 500,000 people, that order this box, and now everyone has that figure or whatever it is, and then people don't want it, so they try to resell it. So they just flood the market. eBay, as soon as this box shows up, it's blown up with all this stuff in there because a lot of people don't like things that come in the box, and they sell them for dirt cheap, which in turn hurts the value and so on and so forth. So the bitter irony of this box is the more popular it gets, the less good it's going to get, because now those items are not rare, now those items are not valuable because everyone has them. So that's the unfortunate downside to this that I see coming, and that's going to be kind of a bummer. So it's totally cool if you like everything in the box. If you're keeping it, then who gives a shit? Like, no one cares anyway. But if you don't like something and you want to try and resell it, that's going to get harder and harder to do with every box that comes out. So unfortunately, it is what it is. But next month's box, October? Yeah, I think it's October. Villain's box, that one looks awesome. They said they have some exclusive sculpts in there, not just repaints, and I'm sure Venom's going to show up because he's on the box, and I fucking love Venom. He's so badass, so I'm excited for that one. But to be fair, I was excited for this one because they had so many character options that they just didn't go with. They just kept it to like 1 or 2 characters. They should have broadened and done like more stuff. And also, we only got pops. We didn't get any of like the new stuff. We didn't get like any of the new figures that are coming out, and we got 2 pop figures, and there's just so much more that could have been done with this box. But I'm still happy to have it, so it's still really cool. It's still one of the best. And people have been asking if I'm going to get the Star Wars Bounty one, and I probably will. I don't know if I'm going to go with a year subscription this time, because like I said, the same thing is happening. These boxes, everyone knows about that box now, so there's a chance I might not like some of the stuff, so I don't know if I want to commit to a year like I did with Marvel. And I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I do love Star Wars. I'm super psyched for the new movie, but it's hard for me to get excited about a box where I haven't even seen the film yet. So I know I'm going to get that box, and there's going to be a bunch of characters in there, and I'm going to be like, who the fuck are these guys? Because we haven't seen the movie yet. It comes before the movie is released, so that's kind of where I'm like not super excited about it yet, because I don't know that much about the movie, and I don't know that much about the characters yet. But Disney is really pushing Star Wars. They really are. They're blowing it up. For Star Wars stuff, like Target and Walmart and all these weird places had midnight releases of their toys. Nothing rare at all, just common toys, and they're really pushing that bounty box. So we'll see. I have high hopes for it, and I think it'll at least be worth a try. But I'm going to do it on a month by month and then see how it goes. It'll be offsetting for the Marvel Collector Core, so it'll be nice to get one every other month. But I'm more excited about the DC box that's coming in, I think, February or something like that, which will come, I'm sure the first box will be Batman Superman. That'll be cool. Anyway, I'm rambling here. I'm just going on a total side tangent. But I'll definitely try out that box and see what it is. And I'm going to keep Marvel Collector Core around because I'm a Marvel guy. I love Marvel, and I could never go wrong with that. So, that was the #1 spot. I really like that box. If you're a Marvel fan, definitely try it out. The good news is they tell what the theme is way before the box is even like on sale, so you have plenty of time to decide. This box only shows up every other month, and they announce the theme like while the previous box is still there. So you have like 2 months to decide if you even want to get that box. So that's the good news about it. I like that they do that. But it's still a gamble. It's still a mystery box at the end of the day. But I don't think anyone will be disappointed because, like I said, it's 100% exclusive. So at least there's that, and that's pretty cool overall. So the month of September, we'll see. It seems like boxes in general, there's always one good month, then one bad month, then one good month. And that just seems how it is for all boxes all the time. They put a lot of effort and energy into one, and then the other one's just kind of left over slacking because they're putting energy into the next one because they just can't go hard all the time. They kind of got to waver it a little. So I don't think September will be a great month because this one was a great month. Highly rated boxes pretty much all around. And I want to try out some new companies, to give some variety here because this is all the best of the best. This is all like 7.5s and above and things like that. It makes it hard to decide because it's all really good shit. So I need to mix in some new companies and give some comparison of what the newer companies and what some bad boxes might look like. So because the good thing about it, like when we had Infinity Crate and stuff, it was really cool to see the variety of like how bad boxes can get and how good they could get. It gave you the full spectrum. It was a pain dealing with them, but made videos more interesting. But anyway, this has been the review. I'll talk about my channel a little bit, so those of you who just want to see the boxes can tune out now. As far as the channel is concerned, like I said, I'm trying to catch up on September. So normally after my Ultimate unboxing, I'll do my weekly roundup where I'll do like my giveaways, and I'm going to talk about all the cool things I've gotten, and I'll send out prizes and do giveaways and things like that. This month, I'm not going to do that. I have my 5,000 subscribers coming up very soon, but I'm so behind that I don't want to detour too long, and I want to go straight into the month of September and just start reviewing boxes. And then after that month, I'll do a weekly review, because fans have sent me boxes that I still got to undo, and some other new companies. I'm going to try some new things on the channel, some new types of boxes, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. So just know that'll be after the month of September. So after this video, just going to jump right into the boxes of September and hopefully try to catch up. I really hope I can do that. So jump right into it and then try out some new stuff. So yeah, so there's that to look forward to. As far as my 5,000 subscriber giveaway, if you want to be a part of it, I always give a big box of stuff that I have here to the winner. How you compete is just post to social media. Post my webpage, post a video that you like, a link, anywhere, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, a picture, a photo, somehow that leads them back to the site, anything you want. And then when you do that, send me the links. Send me a message via YouTube. Don't do it anywhere else. Message me on YouTube and just list off the links of places you posted it. And then I tally it off, and whoever does it the most wins and gets a nice box of stuff. Free stuff, so stuff like you've seen here, like plush toys, shirts, collectibles, pop figures, whatever, like depending on what you like. I try to tailor the box towards you to give things for your interest, but I do the best I can. But anyway, if you'd like to be part of the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, then please do that, and please message me anything you do. Other than that, this has been my monthly review. It's been a lot shorter than the normal monthly review. Kept it nice and simple. But please review to any other videos, and feel free to come hang out. Those of you watching for the first time, we have a pretty strong community here, and we all kind of back each other up. I've become friends with a lot of the other unboxing channels, and we all hang out. We all hang out and talk and chat, so feel free to come. Here's a safe place where you can come and talk about whatever you want and feel free of judgment and things like that. That's what we work so hard to do, to create a nice community of nice people to come and be friends with. So I'll be on the next episode of Geek Talk with Johnny Tellez and Your Average Techie, and I think Unboxing Rocks or something like that. I can't remember who the guest is this time, but I'll be there, and so if you guys ever have questions, feel free to jump on the chat. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys in the comments. I just want to give a shout out to all the people that have made this channel what it is. so many people that watch me all the time keep this show running. They run my Facebook, they run my fan page, they do so much of it, so I couldn't do it without you guys. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate the fans and every single one of you viewers out there. I want to talk to you all, and I take as much time as I can to reply to comments and answer questions. So if I haven't yet, just give me a little time, I'll get to it eventually. Other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting me. It feels great to be back in action, and I love to do this, so happy to be here. Thank you for watching. And yeah, that's it. I love you all so much. See you in September. Peace.